let me tell you how excited I am, because for the Alameda County District Attorney's Office, we have 4 black candidates, which means for the first time in the history of Alameda County, we will have a black DA. And one of my guests today will be Seth, or I shouldn't say will be, but is Seth Steward, who is a candidate for Alameda County District Attorney. Seth, welcome to All About Community.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. This is a wonderful show, and I'm looking forward to having this conversation.
Good. And you, a few minutes ago, we were talking about Justice Brown Jackson. I'm saying justice because she should now already be on the Supreme Court. So
it's an incredible time. It's such a wonderful opportunity to see this happen, to be alive, to see a black woman ascend to such a position that's necessary for justice in this country.
Absolutely. Now let's talk a little bit about your background. You grew up in Portland, is that correct?
I did. I'm born and raised in Portland, Oregon, and then I went to college at Occidental, and then law school at George Washington University in D.C., and then finally, I have a master's in public administration from the Harvard Kennedy School of Government.
That's a great place because it's right there. If I remember correctly, when I was at Harvard doing my advanced management program in business, it's right there at the foot of the Charles River.
It is right there. The Kennedy School is a stone's throw from the river itself.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about why you are running for Alameda County District Attorney. Why are you running? I mean, there are 4 other candidates. Yeah, why are you running?
This is a historic opportunity to create change, and change is what we need. Change happens on the ground, and we need to be able to move Alameda County and the District Attorney's Office in the right direction.
Yeah, but what change are we talking about? You know, everybody talks about they're in favor of change. Actually, I'm in favor of change, but what specific change are you talking about?
Well, I want to make sure that we focus on violent crime. Right now, our DAs are under-resourced. We need to make sure that we have lower caseloads and they can prosecute the cases that are critical to the safety of the people that live and work here.
So do we need more money for the DA? I thought the DA had all the money they needed.
Great question. The governor actually disagrees with you.
Well, the governor disagrees with most of what I say.
What I mean by that is he has allocated $30 million in grants that DAs can apply for to deal with specifically organized retail theft. And as DA, I will definitely go after that money to make sure that we are well-resourced here in Alameda County.
Now, why select you? Because if I remember correctly, at least 2 of the candidates already work in the district attorney's office. They maybe already know what's going on and can do a better job. Why can't they do a better job?
Great question. Great question. The short answer is if they could do a better job, they would have done it already. If the change that we wanted to see happen, if they could have done it, it would have happened. If we wanted to eliminate the death penalty here in Alameda County, it would have happened. If they wanted to make sure that we protect immigrant communities, it would have already happened. If we want to lead outside of the courtroom by making sure that we create laws that keep us safe, would have already happened.
Well, maybe not, because we had a DA at that, who's the current DA, Nancy O'Malley. Maybe she wouldn't let them happen. Well, you ever think about that?
Yeah, that's actually
because maybe she believes that she's in charge, and maybe she is in charge, and that she's not ready to let that happen, so therefore the 2 people running for DA out of her office didn't have an opportunity.
Nobody is stopping those particular people from asking for a law to ban chokeholds and carotid restraints by the police department that I wrote. Nobody said that they couldn't do that. And I don't think that Nancy would have been against that.
No, what do you mean you wrote?
I drafted a law in the city of Oakland banning chokeholds and carotid restraints by the Oakland Police Department.
Is that the current law now?
It is.
Oh.
And what happened is that law went to the Oakland Police Commission and they completely added positional asphyxia and a number of other things that the police can no longer do. But I'm proud to have drafted that initial legislation banning those two things.
Also, you've already started doing stuff, getting ready for becoming the DA. All right.
Every position that I've had since working in the DA's office focuses on criminal justice.
Okay.
So the law that we just passed in Oakland banning ghost guns and ghost gun kits should reduce the number of firearms on the streets of Oakland. And I want to bring that type of legislation to all of Alameda County.
Now, how would how would that reduce the number of...
Great question, I'll explain. So a ghost gun is essentially a gun without a serial number.
Okay.
In the 80s, that used to be, the number was filed off, right? But now you can get that in the mail.
There's mail?
There's companies that will, without a background check, without a age requirement, will literally mail you a gun that you can create. It's a do-it-yourself kit that you can put together in approximately 15 minutes.
And I'm telling you, that is a serious problem if you can acquire a lethal weapon that way. But we got to go to break. I won't go off on one of my tangents about that at the moment. So let's go to break. Don't touch that remote. Matter of fact, just put it down. We will be right back with All About Community. My name is Robert L. Harris, and I am your host, and I'm speaking with Seth Steward, who is a candidate for Alameda County District Attorney. We'll be right back.